Oh no,
Out of curiosity, do any of you know if Elite benefits from Sly?
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't think it does because it doesn't have any benefits from Crossfire.
If Crossfire or SLI is set up properly, why would the game even know that you're using it? It should be presented to the game as a single graphics interface.
Amusingly, Fortnite actually runs like 5 times worse if you force Sly on for it.
That sounds weird to me from a hardware point of view.
I know, couldn't imagine it. With the default settings where Sly is disabled for it, I can get somewhere around 160 frames per second. If I turn on Sly, I can't even get 30.
Crossfire is hardware based, and the game shouldn't even know that there's two graphics cards. It should just be presented.
Sly also has a good chunk of it hardware.
Yeah, no. It shouldn't be presented to the application as anything but a single graphics interface.
I think it's stupid that you have to have that Sly bridge and everything, and then it acts like it's 2 different video cards still.
I don't even bother with SLI because I've heard too many
Shit.
terrible things about it from too many people.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see here. Engineering. I need to go find Miss Felicity.
I no longer use.
What cards do you
Anybody
have?
off the top of their head know where to find meta alloys?
Yeah, you can buy the one that you need at Darnielle's Progress in Maya. It's a landable, it's a base on a planet or a moon in Maya, M-A-I-A.
Handbrake is on.
Hey, FK guy, what's the dog?
Handbrake is on.
Kind of, sort of, not really.
We heard you.
Okay, yeah, I only have two 1080s.
Sounds like some people have more money than
You
they
said
need
M-A-Y-I?
for games. M-A-I-A. If you go to M-A-Y-A, you'll go a couple hundred light years the wrong direction.
M-A-I-A, okay.
Well,
I'm rocking 11080 Ti and I love it.
If you want to link it.
It's in general chat. Cyber posted it.
Holy crap, the galaxy map looks insane. I've never seen that before.
12 minutes.
Yeah, that's how I stream on YouTube and on Twitch. But I never stream one-on-one. I don't think anyone does.
Oh my god, 26 jumps. Okay, let's do this.
You can.
Are you using OBS?
I prefer Streamlabs myself.
Have there been streams higher than 1080? I don't think I've seen one.
Can't remember either.
Drive assist on.
Winnie got moved to AFK. That doesn't necessarily mean he
Bye,
woke up.
Winnie.
Winnie, are you still there? No, Winnie had automatically moved to AFK. Okay.
Happy, I'd like you to explain to me how you can be playing a game on the computer and fall asleep at the
Nashville's
same
graduation rate and test scores
Have you played this game before?
and
Totally
job
possible.
creation soared. He did it for
time.
Nashville.
I've played this game
He'll do it
for
all of Tennessee.
72 hours with short breaks in
Good
between
Lord.
before.
No, I think, was it you and I amended it and someone else?
Yes, you, me, Fenrock, and I think Revenge. When you fell asleep. That's why I'm asking you how it's possible.
You know,
You've done
you think
it.
you're safe and you're going to be a while and you just close your eyes real quick, you know, and half an hour goes by and you die.
Yeah. God, we were screaming at you that day. You must not have had your headphones on.
No, I didn't.
Oh, boy. That was very sad. But the good news was we were only there to pick up engineering materials, and you don't lose those when you die, so
No,
it was
I didn't
just a
give a shit.
rebuy.
No.
It's just a rebuy.
Yeah. Cutter's worth of rebuy. Ugh.
Yeah, well, I had that last night because
I think that was after the skimmer missions, though.
Oh, it was after we all had plenty of money. It wasn't like it was a game-breaking.
I just found it really annoying how as soon as I die, I'll fucking wake up.
Yes, that was annoying. I would have much preferred to find out that you woke up like 5 hours later than 2 minutes. Yeah, we were doing that Heelys for Feelies thing where we were all in our cutters and everything was turreted and on fire at will in a conflict zone, and each of us had a healing beam that we focused on the next guy over, and then he focused on the next guy, and he focused on the next guy, and then he completed the circle. So we were all shooting targets, automatically launching a full load of collector limpets, which for me I think was 16 at a time, and healing our neighbor. Yeah.
To automatically do that for me.
Oh, jeez. And
so I didn't have any input whatsoever, and I could just go to sleep.
And we all had to leave, and we could not get Happy's
to wake up.
And finally, it came down to I was just sitting there healing him with all my other weapons turned off, so I wasn't aggroing. But since I was in a wing, they were still shooting at me. And I went about 35 minutes with shield cells, and my shields finally started to go, and I had to leave because I was going to die. And, like, within a couple of minutes, Happy was like, "What happened?" It was not fun.
I see there are possibilities. The link that I sent you about the recommended upload encoding settings also tells you a lot, but you do. Yeah, that's okay. But you see, like you're streaming like now, you're just missing out a lot. But at least your viewers missing a lot.
Yes. The Vive is the most expensive one on the market. The Vive Pro. The Oculus Rift would be the second most expensive one on the market. It is $400. The Vive is, well, the Vive by itself is $500. The Vive Pro, which might be better, is $1,000. And then there's supposedly a what the hell's it called? A Primus something 8K. It's supposed to be coming out in the next year or so, where both screens are 4K screens, and I'm sure that's going to be ungodly expensive when it comes out.
Handbrake is on.
Well, not all of us are rich people, okay?
Hey,
Yeah.
Rich.
Some of us have no money whatsoever.
Some of us spend months saving up for this Oculus Rift, okay?
Handbrake is on.
Oh, so what you're
I choose
saying
to
is,
live without that.
so what you're saying is, I ain't rich. The credit card companies are.
I choose to not live in debt.
Yeah, I went that route for a while. And 2007, 2008, and 2009, and 2010 happened, and
Yeah, it
now
can bite you in the butt.
I don't trust banks. I don't give banks anything I don't have to. So I'm all cash.
Assist on. Handbrake is on.
It's so weird and something to get used to have to like not just turn my head but like turn my eyes to look at things like the fuel level or the radar. Because staring dead ahead, I can't see my fuel level. I can't even really see my pips all that well because they're barely in my peripheral vision. Also, who the hell wears stupid toe shoes? Let me rephrase that. Shoes where just your big toe is separated from the rest of your toes.
Oh, like mittens for your feet.
It's stupid. I would never wear them. Why is my commander wearing them? I hate it. Because they are constantly in my view, and I'm like, these shoes are so dumb.
You need to go online and buy the alternative clothes and shoes and gloves for your Barbie doll so that you can.
Well, now I do, now that I see them all the time.
So you could wear boots like a big boy.
Yeah.
Instead of mittens for your toes.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Okay, guys, it's also time for me to go. So fly safely and see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, guys, take care.
I think I figured out what's bothering me about my key bindings. Pointing my what do you call my turret to rotate my turret up is also bound to up thrusters on the SRV. So that's a problem.
Oh, I like this link. Very good link. Oh, joystick. This is not my expertise. Oh, it's the thing attachment. You think it'd work with your chair? Mm-hmm.
Drive assist on.
I mean, it looks good.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Adjustable. Yeah. You'd have a better opinion from a minute.
What are we talking about?
His little link.
Incoming message.
A link in general.
Handbrake is on.
Monster Tech hot ass. I have seen these things. I believe they're manufactured in Germany and the shipping was hugely expensive. But other than the custom mounting plate that you would mount your joystick to, all of those metal pieces are available as stock, and the fasteners that join them as stock. It's a standard industrial rail mounting stuff. You could make your own custom for kind of the price that these are by buying them and making them yourself, because I think in the US the shipping was at least as much as the parts.
Okay, so now you see that, right?
Yeah, I that stuff's great. It's really flexible. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Yeah, I looked at that Monster Tech stuff last year, and I decided that if I was going to do that, because I own all the tools, I would just do it myself.
Second.
Yeah, that's the table mount. Yeah, those clamp onto the table with a like a cam and then rubber pads.
I've thought about buying a much better chair and then building my own version of a similar thing. Maybe not that awesome, but similar.
This stuff's all available from like industrial mounting and framing kind of supply places. I've found a couple places in the US that sells it. You buy the sticks of metal, 20-foot lengths. You buy the end caps in like 10 or 12 to a box, and then in the grooves you can there's like special nuts that go down in the grooves that can fasten in multiple directions, and the screws. And so the only thing you need to make these things is the custom metal plates that are like on this second one, the metal plate at the top that goes on top of your desk, and the metal plate that your joystick mounts on.
You just need a chair sturdy enough to mount that stuff too.
Yeah, or desk.
I don't think it'd be as fun with the desk. It's the chair, it moves with you.
Have you looked at the videos? Have you looked at the videos of them making their sim rig with the base frame and all the options on it? It's freaking awesome. And you could do all of that yourself and make it any way you wanted it. You wouldn't have to be doing it their way, because it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is and it isn't. I mean,
one of those things once you get it
done. And it's fully adjustable. So like this sim rig base frame, €380 plus shipping. But you know, that's a €250 racing car seat. That's a real race car seat that they've put on there. I don't know that it's actually be comfortable or not, but that's what it is. But then if you want to put a HOTAS joystick expansion, which adds mounting places for it, it's €300 to add the joystick mount, the HOTAS joystick mounting places. I'm like, that's ridiculous money.
Yeah, for just a joystick mount.
An add-on to that kit. It's crazy. I mean, it's real nice stuff, and these guys do real nice work, but you can make all this yourself from stock parts that are available to you in the US without paying all that shipping from Europe. Hey, you know, these guys...
I mean, I'm not mad at them for doing it.
They have the warehouse, they have the shop space, they have the money to, you know, buy stock and advertise, and, you know, they make real nice stuff, but I don't know that I'd pay them to do it for me, because I have the capability of doing all of this stuff.
The other thing...
Drive assist on.
That's way too much goddamn money.
Yeah. Did you see that one that they advertised? They showed off at the big consumer electronics show that just went by.
But it's only
Yeah, that.
cheaper than a motor's.
Oh yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, just take out a loan.
Handbrake is on. Incoming message.
That's crazy.
Handbrake is on.
Because a house is an appreciating asset and it's worth borrowing money to buy. A gaming rig is a depreciating asset and it's not worth paying. Well, let's see. Say you borrow $10,000.
Worth paying interest on, yeah.
Say you borrow $10,000 with buying the house in order to buy that sim rig. That $10,000 sim rig, just the hydraulic setup, is going to end up costing you $100,000 by the time you've paid it off. It's not worth it.
It's an extreme exaggeration, but it will cost you a lot more than $10,000.
Way more than 3 times as much by the time you pay interest for 30 years at the way that they amortize interest on mortgages. It's not a simple interest loan. You know, if you took a simple interest loan for $10,000 at 5%, then yeah, you know, it would be it wouldn't be all that outrageous. It'd still be way more than $10,000. But if you
mortgage loans have compounding interest?
Yes, and they suck.
That sounds shady.
And it's like
you don't borrow money on your mortgage to do it.
That's how I look at vacation. I don't believe in spending money I don't have on things I want. That's my personal opinion on it. You do you, boo-boo. If you want to do it, I'm not going to tell you not to. You do you, whatever makes you happy. As long as you keep food on the table and yours are taken care of, that's all that matters, right?
You're much better borrowing that money as a consumer loan, not as a mortgage loan. If you're going to borrow money for a toy like that and pay it off over 2 or 3 or 5 years, much better off taking it as a consumer loan than a 30-year mortgage, because the way the mortgage interest accrues, you pay, say your payment on your mortgage is $1,000. The first year, $970 is interest, taxes, and insurance out of every payment, and $30 maybe, but it's probably less than that, goes to pay off principal. And then those numbers change every year over the time of your mortgage. By the time you get to the 30th year, it's 100% the other way. It's, you know, you're paying primarily principal plus taxes and insurance, and the interest is very small. They stack all the interest at the front, and that's why it takes 30 years to pay it off, because there's so much interest to pay. It's incredibly bad way to borrow money on a depreciating asset. The only reason it makes any sense is because in 5 to 7 years in the U.S. and most developed countries, a piece of real estate normally will double in value in somewhere between 5 to 7 years, and in a bad market, maybe 10 to 15.
Depending entirely on where you live.
Yes, true. But that's the only reason it makes sense to do it that way with a mortgage. But a depreciating asset, toys, cars, diamond ring for your engagement, whatever, bad idea. Take a consumer loan separate from your mortgage. I learned these lessons over and over again, and every time I ignore them, it costs me lots of money.
Handbrake is on.
I don't know the terminology to describe it to you, but just take my word for it. Interest on a mortgage over 30 years, it's all stacked against you. You pay your house off in the last 5 years that you're paying on it. The rest of the time you're paying interest. And
Well, that's just
it's
Drive assist on.
I'm not talking about doubling it up. I'm talking about the standard mortgage payment every month. That's without you paying extra. Paying extra, you could take a 30-year mortgage and say first year your
You
principal
can
is
cut it
30.
down to 10, actually. If you
No, you
start
can
paying
cut it.
extra all the time, it's
You
really
can-
easy to cut it down because your interest becomes, you end up owing
Right.
a lot less in interest the
You
more
can
you
cut
pay
it.
early.
If you start at year one, and year one your interest or your principal payment on a payment is $30, and you send an extra $30 and it all goes to principal, your 30-year mortgage will be paid off in 7 years.
Incoming
But you have to
message.
do that every month and every year, and pay your extra payment has to match your principal payment, and it'll take your 30-year mortgage and make it 7 years. And you save a huge amount of money by doing that, because at the end of the first year, they calculate how much principal you owe still on the house, and then they calculate your payment for the second year. So that money that you paid the first 12 months makes a huge difference in how much principal you're paying on your payment every month. The second year, your payment won't change a bit, but the amount of dollars that go towards your principal will be greatly increased.
What about my payment?
Nothing, because you live for free, because you're homeless and you live in your work truck.
I wish.
Must have a nice work truck.
Drive assist on.
My work truck doesn't even have power windows, man.
Handbrake is on.
Oh, I got a 2017
I'll be right back.
F450 bucket truck, man.
Come at me, dude. I've got a 2011 3500 HD with a utility bed on the back.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
No power, anything. But I do have air conditioning. Also, AM radio does not work, which for me is terrible because I love talk radio.
So the only thing I have that qualifies as a truck is a 1960 C10 short bed stepside that doesn't have a seat, a window, a steering wheel, engine, transmission, pretty much anything.
So you have a frame or a chassis left.
It's a shell. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I do line
There
work, so
are people who would buy that. In fact, if it's a 1960, there's probably a lot of people that would buy that.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. There's, from what I understand, the short bed stepside combination isn't very common.
time to cash in.
Right? Make that money.
Drive assist on.
Alright, I only have 473 jumps left.
Handbrake is on.
That was sarcasm, but it feels like that because I've been jumping the entire time I've been on here. I've been jumping to different places.
Handbrake is on.
I don't remember what the
I'm gonna
subject
hate
was
the most. Go ahead.
earlier. It's just there was it sounded like something blew up down the street, kind of, I don't know, broke, and then my computer just reset and everything in the room did too.
Oh, well, that's good. Explosions are always a good thing.
Usually when you hear an explosion, it's a transformer. Usually it doesn't come back that quick, but maybe it was on another street and it caused a temporary draw.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
What is with the random, like... It's so weird, I don't like it. When your ship starts to overheat a little bit, you start getting the weird smoke effect coming off your radar and shit. It's quite strange.
Handbrake is on.
I'm aware, it's just quite strange. I just want to fly into the sun. Why won't they let me fly into the sun? I want to do some sun exploration. That's all. I don't see the problem.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Bedtime is over, so hopefully interruptions of that nature are done. Well, it was Friday night, so half hour extra was okay.
So I guess you got told to scurry home.
You know, I don't listen to much that he says. I only started that nonsense because he gave me a birthday present this morning.
Nice.
It was pretty fun. I had a good time with it.
I got under his skin, that's for sure.
That was the point, and I got Lancior to respond too, so that was good too. And I planted the seeds of dissent. I sent him a private message and I warned him that the secret council that's above the BGS council, the secret Order of Mobius council that no one else really knows about unless they've dealt with them, is not exactly a unified front, and that there's some serious tension between the players. And he responded to that too, so that was fun. But I phrased it as, you kind of walked into this situation and you were kind of new and you probably don't know about this. So let me just, this is fair warning. This guy here is not to be trusted. He doesn't care about the members of the Order of Mobius. He cares about him. And you, as long as you remember that, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun. I won't lie, I enjoyed myself immensely.
Are you one of the leader peoples of the Order of Mobius?
McBride, Local, myself, Revenge, Cyber, 3D Plague. Who else on our group?
All the OGs.
What is Cyber's full name?
Cyberboff.
Okay, good. Not the Cyber I know.
We are.
Like a million people Cyber something.
We used to hang out in the voice channels at the Elite Discord, and when John Luke didn't want to do BGS anymore, we kind of all took over, and then John Luke all of a sudden decided that he wanted it back, and there was that he wasn't really responsible for the problems. He was just
he definitely didn't want it back. He was forced to take it back.
That's right. He rage quit that one time and dumped it on McBride's lap. Anyways, we used to run the BGS over there before there was a council. And
yeah,
back
when it was strong.
A former leader who had disappeared with no notice, and it was a personal health problem, I get that. But when he came back, none of the other 4 secret leaders of the Order of Mobius that aren't Mobius, they're just the secret council that runs everything in his absence, none of them wanted him back as a leader. And they all warned us, don't trust this guy. He wants his old job back, which is running the BGS, and you can't trust him. Well, we listened to them, but we also said, you know, we're trying to unite all the separate factions, because there's a Facebook group, there's a TeamSpeak group, there's a Discord group, there's the forums, there's people that are only in text, not in voice, and we're like, we need all these players, the leaders of all these groups, to get together to come up with a plan to make this work. Well, it ended up blowing up in our faces, and we left and did this instead. And that's when they formed the council that everyone knows about that does BGS orders, but they're not the secret council of leaders. They're subject to the secret council of leaders. There's all kinds of stupid politics over there.
Well, screw the drama.
I mostly stay out of it, except for the guy that caused the whole problem, cause the problem by saying, not only am I not going to follow these orders, I'm going to actively work against them. So today he posted, oh, to this new commander, please don't work against the orders, as that'll be counterproductive and it'll make it harder for everyone else. I had to respond to that because he was the guy that did that exact same thing. And he didn't do it because he objected to the orders. And he didn't do it because he was trying to help the Order of Mobius. He did it because it was his way of taking back control. And guess what? He's back in control. So, but ever since he's been in control, that's when all the problems over there started. It's not good.
I want to buy a joystick setup that's exactly like the screen on Elite Dangerous, so I can reach down and push buttons that are supposed to be there in my mind when I look down that don't exist. Because like I'm looking down at these buttons and they're there, but they're not actually there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
You talking about in the middle?
Yeah, the ones like just to the right of the throttle and just to the left of the joystick.
Oh.
Incoming message.
Again, not all of us are millionaires. I've got a Cytec X52 and I like it.
I really like the build quality on the Warthog, but I play sitting down sometimes and I play standing up sometimes, so I cannot use pedals, and I gotta have twist on the stick. So
you stand up with a joystick?
I stand up to play. I have a standing convertible desk.
That's intense. Also, what's the name of the city I'm looking for? Or the place I'm looking for to land at?
Darnielle's Progress. It's a base on a planet.
Look for Obsidian Orbital. When you see that, the planet that it's orbiting has Darnielle's Progress on it.
Okay, there you go.
Drive assist on. Cargo scoop deployed.
Jesus Christ, I don't think there's enough planets on this place.
Yes, I just look for Obsidian Orbital, and the planet it's where it's attached to is where Darnielle's Progress is.
Oh,
this is amusing.
Incoming message.
For some reason, the jump range on my Anaconda in-game is 10 light years lower than it is on ED Shipyard. I mean, Coriolis.
Do you have the booster on?
I do. Yeah, it's on both.
Is it powered?
The numbers
It
aren't
is.
always accurate between the two.
So why do I have crew members, but then they're not in their seats? That freaks me out.
They're up walking around when the sitting around thing is where your seatbelt thing is on.
Also, why do I have 2 extra chairs, but I can only hire 1 extra crew member?
That's funny. You're NPC pilot.
Oh, if you multi-crewed.
Cargo scoop deployed. Handbrake
I can see that. I have a lot of turrets if anybody wants to be super lame.
Handbrake is on.
Is it really? I would not have expected this.
Oh yeah, multi-crew. You don't make a huge percentage, but it's good enough that it's good easy money to start with.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start multi-crewing with new guys and popping all their heat sinks.
Handbrake is on.
Why is my ship freezing?
Handbrake is on.
Yeah.
Handbrake is on.
Launch your shield cell banks, your heat sink launcher. It was not good. It wasn't very well thought out.
Handbrake is on.
Well, with everything I've got on this ship, 53 light years isn't bad.
I'd be very happy with that many light years.
Oh yeah, there's one thing I didn't notice was still on it. That'll add a decent amount more weight. It's still got 4 weapons on it.
Landing gear retracted. Flight assist off.
So, since several of you are, or at least 2 of you are here, tomorrow, what time would be convenient to go and pick up raw materials at the Guardian Braintree sites? I'm Eastern. Dodging was one of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm
kinda
down to
like-
do whatever, but I have a really low jump capability, FYI.
I get it. I'm going in my second account, and I'm in an unengineered DBX, so 30-something light years.
That's way more than me right now. But, okay, cool. And the earlier the better. I run a D&D game that starts at 9 Eastern, so I've got to be off by then. But
9
anytime before that, I'm there.
9
Yeah,
p.m.
9 p.m., yep.
All right, so
Correct.
like if we started 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Oh, yeah, I could totally be there for that.
Okay, and
I
in
can
the
go if
meantime, between now and then, go to a Liang Rui station and buy yourself a DBX for 1.4 million credits and get you a good fuel scoop and upgrade the FSD and put a planetary vehicle hangar in it, and you'll be fully equipped, and we can have the same jump range.
Could do it in a hauler too.
Hauler
Even
would
cheaper.
work also, way cheap. Yeah, because it's the Guardian Brain Trees are one of the places that you can only gather materials once a week. And if we're in a wing and I gather some of the stuff from 3 of the trees, you guys won't be able to gather from that tree for a whole week. So we'll land, we'll get everybody winged down to the location, and then we'll separate into solo, and we'll gather the whole field.
That means I need an SRV too, huh?
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
once launched one of those, so I will be a great hindrance to you.
No, you won't. No,
A Type 6 would be good too.
yeah, and cheap, and they jump really far on default jump with a A-rated FSD. So
cool. I mean, I'd much rather get this thing upgraded enough to be able to keep up with you, but I can buy another ship if that makes it better.
What ship? Wait, what ship do you have right now?
He's in a
Crate?
crate. Yeah.
I got like
DBX.
12 to 15 of them, and I use them for storage.
I was going to say, that 12 or 15, any one of them count, right?
I don't even use the one that's actually engineered to jump. I'd rather use my Type 6.
Is it a bad thing I don't have a DBX?
No.
Ready to
If
engage.
what would I need for the requirements?
I don't even know what the hell one of those is.
You need a ship with 35 plus light years jump range, which is a DBX or ASP or a Type 6 or a Hull.
Or a Conda.
So can I just take this Conda I just finished building for exploration with a fighter hangar, planetary vehicle, and all that good stuff?
All you need is a fuel scoop, a good jump range, and a planetary vehicle hangar.
Yeah, I have all of that.
Those are only the requirements that you need. Everything else is optional. You know, you want no shields, no shields. You want shields, bring shields. I don't care. Because everything we're going to be doing is land on a planet, deploy the SRV, and then you're going to drive around in the SRV and shoot these things that are hanging on the trees. And when they fall off, you scoop them up and you get grade 1 through 4 raw materials. Lots of them in small areas. And when we get to the ones that are really, 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 really hilly, we'll play around there for a few minutes and then leave and go to the flatter ones. Because I don't know which ones are the hilly ones on the list, but there are a few.
Here comes Serbius.
What's
Okay.
the
It's about 560 something light years from Kulisi, but there are 7 Guardian Braintree sites on 2 planets in that system. That's why I go there, because you can only do each field 1 time per week, and I can do a field in about 20 to 25 minutes. So then I launch and I go to the next one, do the next field, and after about 3, 4, maybe 5 fields, I'm done, bored. But in that period of time, you've gathered a huge amount of raw materials.
Frameshift drive charging.
$560 light years.
Depends on your jump range.
560 jumps would 4 jumps would be 135 or 140 light years per jump. So it's more than 4 or 5 jumps.
So you're looking at 12 if you have like a 50 light year jump range.
Right, exactly. You can get there however you want tomorrow. I have a third-party tool installed on my computer that allows me to create my own landable points of interest, and I have all these places programmed into my bookmarks. So when I get close to the planet and I start to drift down into the orbital zone, I turn it on and it tells me what direction to go and what angle to fly and how far I gotta go to land in my spot.
Alright, so Darnell's progress is on lockdown and I can't do anything.
Oh god, we need to find you a
figured out how to
barnacle.
lock it down. Nice.
We need to find you a barnacle with active what do you call it? Active meta-alloy production. The Canon site usually is good for that.
Wait, he needs a meta-alloy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my freaking Xeno ship. I'll go in a couple grade 5s and I'll wing them into one.
Alright, good.
Let me get my Xeno ship running. You want to do something else for a little bit? It's going to take me a couple minutes to get that running out there.
Do I want to cargo scoop it or do I need to get collector limpets?
You're going to need a cargo
SRV.
Okay.
SRV.
Amend it.
What?
I was going to go into threat 5s. They're all through of the threat 5s. As long as I get one that doesn't have a Cyclops in it.
Okay.
I can get him this meta alloy that way, and all he has to do is scoop it.
Okay. Might be
Cool.
fun to do a barnacle site and shoot it off the barnacle and pick it up.
So that
Also, why is this place on lockdown? How does that happen?
Well, they probably did it to there's a lot of UA bombing that goes on, and that's the only place you could buy meta alloys, usually in quantity. Other than that, you got to harvest it from a barnacle or however, pretty slow, and you need a lot of them to unlock a station. So UA bombing's when you shut it down with like alien technology. And there's a lot of it that goes on,
And not to mention, that's the place that's really close to where you pick up the UA, and you could sell them for a lot of money.
So all the stuff that happens on open play stations like this actually affects what goes on this server too.
Yes.
It's not just an open. I'll tell you, most of the stuff happens in private groups and solo. It's a small fraction that happens in open.
So everything that happens on any server affects the whole game,
including that particular server. That server includes PC and console also.
Yeah, so if you UA bomb something on PS4, it's UA bombed on PC.
Because that's the background server, and that background server is the only server that's really 100% commonly shared amongst all modes and platforms.
Well, that was disappointing. I'm gonna go smoke, and then I'm gonna go find a nav beacon and try to kill things for the first time in 3D.
Alright.
While I wait on this dude to do whatever it is that he's doing.
I don't know if General Chat's the right place to put it, but you can see what I have on my ship there.
I'm just grabbing an my Anaconda and jumping down there to make sure I have it.
You could put it in
Cool.
ship
I'll be
builds
back in a couple
under
minutes.
Flight School. There's a channel specifically for ship builds under Flight School. There's a lot of stuff under flight school, but there's definitely a ship builds channel, which would be a good spot for that.
Do you want me to move it there?
Sure. And it can just stay there.
Somebody mind looking up where Ark's Faith is real quick while I'm trying to get my ship built.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ark's Faith is a station. It's down near Maya. It's the system I usually go, and if I'm at alloys all over the damn place in the U.S. It's just, because I'm usually fighting, I'll kill a Cyclops off, and then I'm at alloy be sitting there.
Okay, I moved it.
Gear deployed.
Thank you.
If Happy was still here, he would know off the top of his head, because he's the one who showed me the place.
Yeah, and he goes out there to kill Thargoids for fun on a regular basis, or did before he lost access to his computer.
Now, what
Sorry,
kind?
What do you guys want to know about Thargoids?
What?
Oh, Happy's still here. Where's our hunting spot?
The hunting spot? I think
Yes.
it's HR 1183.
I think he knows off the top of his head.
Hmm?
So I said, you know off the top of your head, because that's where I was going to go out there and hunt him down a Mount Alloy out of one of the USSs, because they're pretty common out there. All those grade 5s, half the time they're empty and they have there's Mount Alloys in them or something.
Happy just sneaks in and out so quiet, nobody even knows he's here.
I kind of use you guys for this background noise.
I currently have Stevie Ray Vaughan for background noise.
Yeah, I like the boost on the Imperial Eagle. It actually makes an eagle-like sound when you boost. Kind of sounds like an eagle cry.
Now, Nikki, is this strictly for exploration?
Yeah, more or less. I'm just, I don't know, not good at building ships for stuff like that.
We can shave a little bit of weight off with the fighter bay.
I figured I'd get carried away trying to fly around stupid stuff and blow a lot of them up.
16's an awful lot. Even 8 is an awful lot.
Well, you can put like a size 6 on and have some to go with you, or even a size 5. But that would open up that size 7 slot for a fuel scoop, which weighs nothing and scoops really fast. Like a 7B.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one. Probably be a good idea.
You're going to be doing a lot of scooping. Scooping fast is important.
I'll just
The Olympic controller. You gonna do some fuel ratting?
I don't know.
I had to do some yesterday. Yes, it did. Just because you deny it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Wouldn't mind being able to help if I could, but I wouldn't say I'd go out looking for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, Cody, you didn't know that Rekt ran out of gas yesterday, did you?
Who?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus like that, Rick.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, he ran out of gas running cargo missions yesterday.
Oh.
Cyber made sure he got the fuel scoop treatment.
Oh, okay.
I saved him.
I don't even know who you're talking about yet, though.
Rekt.
You're speaking too fast for me.
Uh,
Okay. Comes out of your mouth as a blur, man. Come on.
Rekt.
Thank you.
The one time I ran out of fuel, I had a fuel scoop, but I didn't realize not all stars were scoopable.
Yeah, that's a common early game mistake that lots of people make.
Oh yeah.
At least
If you get ratted, they'll teach you all about it. They'll scold you about it. Like, hey, you can scoop all these stars, and you should have a fuel scoop, and blah 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 blah, and this and that.
That's what Cyber did.
Yep, he did it direct. It was funny.
I thought it was funny. Doesn't that count for it being funny?
I thought it was funny. That's two of us.
Well, being the supreme leader, if Amanda thinks it's funny, then everybody thinks it's funny. Sorry.
Last time I mentioned the way I remember what stars are scoopable, everyone got after me for it.
Yeah, the fuel rats can be very preachy.
Depends on the rat.
I don't care if I remember them in the technically correct order. I just care that I remember it.
KGB foam.
Yep.
The first 7 on the list.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way. Start at the top, first 7.
I think I knew that at one point and forgot it, and then remembered the other.
Man, I don't know what to do tonight.
I'm planning on picking up materials to get ready for tomorrow.
I definitely don't need to do any engineering.
Go ahead. After tomorrow, I'll have all the raws I need. So tonight I'm picking up data and manufactured so that I can get, you know, an engineered FSD on my jump around DBX. Because I don't have one.
I don't remember why, but I went with the Aspen Explorer instead of the DBX.
Because you like spending money.
Yes, it's a good ship too.
It is.
I think I was planning on using it
use
for multiple things at that time.
Well, it makes a good early game cargo ship too, which the DBX does not.
I know I did a few cargo missions in it, but I don't think I did a whole lot with it, because it wasn't long after that I got the... I think it was the FDL and then the Conda.
Tell you what, the Type 6 is the most underrated ship in the game.
Yep.
Son of a bitch is fast, jumps far, and still haul good amount. It's a great ship.
For a while I was thinking about getting a Type 9, but it seems like everyone says it's like flying a brick in space.
It lands pretty good, but otherwise, yeah, it's flying a brick in space. It's a lot easier to land than a cutter is. That's about the only advantage it has over the cutter.
Well, for me, it also has the advantage that I don't need Imperial rank to buy it.
The thing I hated the most about it is it can't get out of its own way. Top speed with boost in the 200 range. It sucks.
Yeah, I would never even entertain buying that ship.
I have one.
I got a cutter. It's fine.
I have a cutter too, but it seems like cargo is a disgrace for it. So
I haul bio waste in mine.
It's the only thing it's useful for. Ship sucks at everything else.
I want to say my cargo cutter has made me the majority of my 9 billion credits. I'd say probably over 7 billion of it was made in that cutter. Whether it
Oh,
was...
hey, there went someone's crate.
What?
I just flew past someone in a crate.
Ah.
It could have been me.
Probably. I don't know.
I think most of my money came from a Cobra.
Most of my money came from last night.
Yeah.
Which I'm also willing to do again if anybody's bored. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm already broke again. It's my own fault.
It happens. That's why all of us have taken such great advantage to build the bank account whenever we can, because when you go crazy buying everything...
My crate is finally... I mean, I finally have a ship that's fully decked out that's not a POS, so that's exciting for me.
Yeah, the account I'm playing in tonight, I have a fully decked out crate.
I mean, it's not engineered, but it's
right.
Got all the cool kid stuff in it.
Yeah, I don't have any engineering on that crate, and the only reason I could afford my ships is because all these guys did the same thing. They ran missions, and I winged in my secondary account that I was cashing up, and gave me cash so that I could effectively build an A-rated crate. If I wanted A-rated, I got A-rated with weapons, and you know, I go into Hazreses with the wing, and as long as there's big ships in the wing, or at least medium ships that are fully engineered, the NPCs don't shoot at me much. They mostly shoot at them.
Because we do more damage.
Of course you do. But the crate's tough enough that even if they do shoot at you, you can take it.
To say no to your friend's request. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Did you know?
Yes. Of course you would.
Hey, is anybody bounty hunting tonight?
I thought about it, but I'm not
always
right
willing
now.
to do, but I'm engineering instead.
Alright, well, if anybody does, save your bounties and drop them off in Baylight.
What's the system name?
Baylight. B-A-L-I-T-E. It's one of those systems we own.
So B-A-L-I-T-E?
Yeah.
Yes. Eganport, I think it is, or Egan Station.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
Whatever's closest.
You need a medium ship.
So. Yeah, you'll need a medium ship to do it.
Makes sense. Yeah. There's a lot of different approaches on how to do it. I don't run by weights on mine.
Well, isn't it only the smaller ones that recognize your shields? The big ones just ignore them?
No, the big ones, their main attacks still deal with shields. The lightning is partially blocked by the shields, and the little plasma crap is partially blocked by the shields. So it's the swarms that ignore the shields completely, and the caustic missiles.
Shields online.
for Goy? Oh yeah, your jump range is going to be pathetic. Just accept it.
Ship uncoupled. You are go for departure.
Landing gear
38's not too bad though.
We're gonna exercise out there.
You did it. You said it right the first time, man. Pilates area. It's
I love it. Well, we just give everybody the same amount of shit. We just enjoy it more when it's Grisbane.
I was enjoying it, man. I was chuckling. I was serious. Keep it.
Hmm.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
Just remember rule number 1. We only screw with people that we tolerate. People that we don't tolerate, we don't even talk to them.
3, 2,
Plus,
1.
people are gross.
Engage.
Braden Conant is one of the first people I ever perma-muted on Discord on voice. He has been muted, and one time my wingmates talked me into unmuting him, and within 5 minutes he was back on perma-mute. So,
And I would like to apologize. Somebody said they were going to help me do a thing, and I'm still learning your voices. I don't remember who it was.
It's Grisbane.
Grisbane, you were going to help me do
Yeah.
a thing. I need to meet you somewhere. That's what I want to ask. Should we be heading somewhere right now?
Wherever the hell Happy just said. I can't remember.
it's in general chat. Typed in general chat.
It's gonna be a minute or two before I get down there because one, this thing I think has shitty jump range. Two,
well, the same for me. That's what I was asking because my jump range is abysmal. So.
Yeah, but you're already down there.
Oh, am I? Okay, I didn't know. I was in the general area.
Yeah, I'm still 300 light years away, so it's gonna take a little bit.
Frameshift drive charging.
All my weapons are turreted, and it's interesting. But with the VR, I feel like I don't need it as much. Because tracking targets is so much easier.
2, 1. Engage.
Oh, yeah, you could
Maybe
go
for
full
you.
fixed.
It's all about time on target.
Some people like turreted weapons.
Time on target will give you more damage than a fixed weapon if you can maintain time on target longer.
PAs only come in fixed, they don't come in turreted.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Though I thought about buying some, I did not.
They are a lot of fun. They are retarded. That's what we love about them. And
you can get a lot done with them.
We just had Dark Million join us. He'll tell you all about the how wonderful and useful and how everyone should use turreted weapons on every ship.
I don't think that I want to keep all of my weapons turreted, but I think having a couple of them that way is useful.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Oh, it's Dark Million nonsense.
Are there any Hazreses in Mia, by chance? Does anybody know?
Out there's going to be hazards. There should be where the stations are. I think
there's like a million planets, so I wasn't sure. There's a million.
The system that Happy sends you, typed in the chat, I guess, send you to. It should have a couple ranked planets that might have hazards in them.
Did you get up in time for your delivery, Dark?
Yeah, I did.
Excellent.
I mean, I can't drive it, but yay. It gets to look pretty in my driveway.
Okay, that's all. It's important, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole point of owning a car is all about bragging rights, right?
Absolutely.
Well, why else would you own a car, honestly?
Heck no.
No, you're totally overrated.
2/3 of the year he lives in London and doesn't drive because he just walks or takes the trolley or
The trolley.
the bus. You take the bus. That's what you do.
Oh, I forgot to pull the Guardian power plane off the Type 10. Damn it. It's taking forever to rebuild this. Give me a minute.
You probably could have harvested a full hold off the barnacles. In the meantime.
Yeah, too. Could have.
I don't even know where they are, though.
I wouldn't mind going just to see what they look like.
They look like glowing flowers that grow on the top of the spikes that grow around the barnacles. When you shoot them, they fall off. You pick it up, and it's a meta alloy. Yay!
Prior to landing. Docking permission authorized. You may proceed to landing pad 08.
Yeah. Cyber's got a great video up on YouTube of that happening.
Didn't you get sucked up in it?
I did. I was in my SRV and I was too close and I got sucked up into the ship. That was fun. Cyber happened to be further away and popped into camera mode really quick and videotaped the whole thing. It was great.
I'd like to see that video.
It's on YouTube. It's CyberBoff, and it was the very first day that anyone saw Guardian ships coming down and sucking things up from the barnacles. And we went out there and met him, and me and Commander Garbut, who's a friend of his from Canon, got in our SRVs. We got sucked up, and I actually went up in amongst the pedals and stayed there for a couple of seconds before it spit me back out. It was very entertaining watching the world spin.
The question is, did you survive? Or did your SRV blow up?
Nope, I survived.
I don't remember from the video if your SRV blew up or not. That's why I asked.
Surprised it didn't get turned into a sensor.
That's right. It should have been a Thargoid baby.
I mean, if you look closely at them, they look like a little skeleton figure or something. I think that's what they're doing with all the escape pods. It's the only thing I'm interested in harvesting anyways, having to do with that. They're worth a lot more money.
Alright, I think I got everything set up. On my way.
Nice. Well, I'm at that place. Flying around looking for Hazras. You want to send me a wing invite, or you want me to send you one?
I'll send you one once I find one. I don't want to drag you to a USS with a Cyclops and you get murdered.
See, I don't even know what that is, so I'll just try to stay alive the best I can.
In case you didn't know, Dodgen, you can see if there are res sites at a planet when you are within 1,000 light seconds of the planet. That might save you a little bit of flying around. So when you hit 1,000, slow down, look at your nav panel, and they'll show up right underneath the listing for that planet.
Nice. I did not know that.
All right. Excellent.
Thank you.
Many of the POIs in the game are that way. You'll see them when you're within 1,000 light seconds of the planet they're on.
Hello.
Howdy, Hunter.
Hello. So I ended up buying a Oculus Rift last night, and the seller actually lives in the same town as me, so they delivered it this morning.
Excellent.
That's
Nice.
like exactly what I did, except for them being in the same town.
Yeah, oh, I ended up buying it on eBay.
Nice.
I bought mine on Amazon, and they sent
As
it
did
too.
I.
10 jumps.
How
So I
much
got
did
an
you spend
extra
for
one
those?
for free. Spent about £350.
For me, it was $500.
What else did you get with
Where
it for
are you that
500?
it's that expensive?
Well, it's Australian dollars,
Australia.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
All these American companies add a
That
huge amount of money to Australian prices.
Yeah,
I
it's
got mine
similar
for
with pretty much
400.
any country. Yeah, 400 is the standard in America. That's what they cost normally. In American dollars.
But yeah, most of the Rifts and Vives are sold on eBay often go way over the retail price, so this one is still quite cheap.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm using VR for the first time in my life. It's really neat.
I still need to plug mine in, and the seller also ended up giving me a Thrustmaster T1600 or 16,000.
Nice. Yeah, setup takes a little bit of time.
All I have is a cheap joystick. I'd like the hands-on throttle, but I just don't have the money right now.
Feel you there, but it is awesome to have. I'm not finding any Hazards here. That's really depressing.
I'm on my way. You're done, huh?
No, he's just beginning.
I hope you got lots of core dynamics deposits. You're going to need like 50. No, when it did, I did it. It took me forever to get all those core dynamic deposits.
So a planet has to have rings to have Hazareses anyway, right?
Normally, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's definitely none on this system.
So I'm on my way. 8 jumps to go.
Oh, I
Where
gotta
are you
go
going?
look at this. I gotta go look at this point of interest. I just jumped into the state system where you scan the military base, and the next POI down is Jailhouse Rock and Blues Bar. I gotta go here and see this because I haven't looked at this one yet.
I'm going to HR 9141. No, I can't remember the name of it. 1183, I think. Archon's Faith.
HR 1183.
Yeah, something like that. So what? Oh, Nikki, what do you need? Freaking Meta Allies too or something?
No, I just want to see what the barnacles look like.
Oh no, I ain't going to the barnacles. I'm going to go murder me a Cyclops and get that has a Meta Alloy in the same instance. So that way, what's his name can? Sorry, Dodgen can get his Meta Alloy for Felicity.
Hey, I got a name.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to do all the things at once.
I forgot your name too, so it's cool.
Not a big deal.
But the real question is, what would you prefer? What's his name or what's his face?
Well, considering no one here has seen my face, I think the name one is more appropriate.
You've all seen my face.
Absolutely. Smiling, happy.
Who is happy and smiling? Why would you do that?
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm always smiling.
Even now, while you're in Texas and your computer's not.
That changes shit real quick.
Also, it still only says I'm trade rank merchant 11%. It never changed after all that stuff yesterday, even after a relog and everything.
Very odd.
Well, you know, you could just tell people that you smiled too much and it got stuck that way.
It's true.
Frameshift drive charging. 4.
I wish it was just my
2.
my face. My eyes are also stuck in this position too. Your stream? I will in a second. Do you have a link? No, I thought you stopped because you wanted to fix that only seeing half the screen. Oh, you've been at Danielle's Progress? Okay. Ah, grind. Yeah, I can only see like the top third of your screen. Yeah, it is Joey.
Yeah.
Are you streaming at 1440 or 1080? Have you tried just doing it at 1080?
Screw it, I'm gonna see if I can kill this clipper. Wish me luck.
You were at a station nearby somewhere, right?
Yes, I did land on a planet.
Okay.
On a planet. Does that count?